What's up, guys? Zippity doodah, zippity doodah, zippity a. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Zippity doodah, zippity a. Those are for the people that are pissed that I'm not like as angry and as butthurt as they are, and that are attacking me because they're just, you know, they're like, oh, don't you feel stupid? Q failed you, Trump failed you. I was like, first of all, okay, I don't feel stupid. Second of all, I don't even spout Q stuff on this channel. I have looked into it. I know it's like you get clues and you have to interpret the cues and I didn't have time for that. A lot of the analysis that I've heard was stuff I already knew anyway. And I saw it as a great opportunity to wake the world up and especially younger people up to stuff that has been going on about the deep state. I already knew a lot of this stuff, so I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. When I say that I think that there are people that are working on our side to make things right, it's not because I'm following Q, it's because of other information that I've got, because of what I've seen, because of me meeting and talking to other patriots, that I know that there's a lot of people that are doing what they can in their own way to right the wrongs that has been done by the deep state. Yet, when I say that, people get all fucking offended and they're just like upset that, you know, I dare have hope. How, the audacity of me to have hope, the audacity to have, you know, elevated morale in the situation. How dare I just accept my defeat because it's over and just accept the fact that America's done for. I'm not doing that. You guys aren't gonna get a video from me about that. So if you're like pissed that I'm not gonna make a video, you know I don't like kiss ass and ask for people's subscriptions, so you might as well just leave right now. Unfuck subscribe, do this, take your finger and go scroll up and then see the unsubscribe and go boop. That's what you do. That's what you do, and you're done. And then you can go to another channel that's going to, like, you know, that's gonna placate you and bitch and moan and talk about, you know, like how we're done for and there's nothing we can do and the Patriots missed your chance and, you know, whatever. You like hang with those people. I don't have time for you people. I don't, right? I put that Japan video up the other day because I thought it was so sweet that somebody at least made a gesture, you know, from another country that like made my day. I thought that just a gesture of another person in another country trying to do something to make us feel better because they sympathize with what we're going through. I thought that was just so nice. I wanted to give them recognition and I wanted to show you guys that there are other people outside that actually do care. And, you know, I forgot one of the most important tenets that I go by. If you're upset about something, one of the best things you can do is do something for someone else that makes them happy. It really does help. It's cheesy and Girl Scout as it sounds, it really does help your vibration and it helps you feel better, right? You do something for someone else when you feel like shit and you both get rewarded for it. So anyway, to see some of the comments on that were still pissed and be like, oh, like, don't you feel stupid? Trump felt. I'm like, this has never been about just Trump. I even made a video a few, months ago saying that Trump is not your savior and that I don't think that people should rely on anybody as a savior. But at the same time, this movement, the Make America Great Again movement, the patriotism movement has been very inspirational and very inspiring. And I don't feel stupid. And I don't think it has to die. So, I mean, for those of you guys that are pissed that you think I've been brainwashed and I'm not a real truther, like, do I have to bring out the pussy puppet again? Do I have to do that? No, pussy. Yeah, that's right. Because you guys are acting like little fucking kids. You're acting like little pissy ass kids, okay? So, you can leave. I'm not going to be like, no, please don't unsubscribe. I'm demonetized anyway, so I don't give a fuck, okay? I do this out of passion, out of connection to people, right? I'm not even getting paid for these YouTube videos, so y'all can suck it, okay? I don't care. And even if I did, even when I was getting the little money that I was getting, I still didn't care. So I don't know, you can threaten me with your unsubscriptions or call me names. I don't give a shit. Really, I really don't, okay? So, I saw this really good article I'm gonna read to you from Mike Addams, the health ranger. Whoever sent me that, you know, like, there's so many great people out there, and then you listen to people and then you get turned on to somebody else, and And then you forget about the people you used to listen to, or you don't have time. Like, I can't listen to everybody. I check people out. But if I listen to everybody, like, my whole day would be occupied. I wouldn't have time to make my own videos. I wouldn't have time to listen to everybody that I wanted to anyway. But he wrote this really good article called "The Way People Are Handling Today's Events Tells You Everything You Need to Know About Their True Character." Okay? And these are for the people that are all butthurt now. And I think they're acting very weak-minded. I think that's honestly, I'm gonna be honest, okay? So I'm gonna read it for you guys. And like, it'd be like, it's story time, okay? It's truly fascinating. Many patriots, upon seeing Joe Biden sworn in on TV, nothing but a theatrical production, of course, have lost their minds and surrendered to defeat. Yeah. They hope that military arrest of Biden would occur on their desired schedule, because if the timing of the world doesn't match their expectations, they have a fit. O ye of little faith, is patience no longer a virtue? Right? Is it? All right. I've seen freedom-oriented people unleashing vicious attacks today against SGT Report, X22 Report, Rep Hill 78, Scott McKay, and others. This is entirely undeserved, and all those channels are run by good faith people who have constantly done their level best to be transparent and honest in offering their informed views of where things are going. Right? Informed. A lot of the stuff I've heard too, it's not like hearsay or wishful thinking. I think they have really substantiated information. Well, I don't know. I think they have very, I think that they're doing the best that they can with the information that they have, and I don't think that it's like, I think it's real information, and it's to me it's logical. It's not silly. A lot of what they're saying. Okay. The lashing out against well-meaning people only reveals the emotional immaturity of those doing the lashing. It shows that they were always weak and never really had the spine to hold the line in the first place. Sort of like Jeff Sessions or Mitch McConnell. The real patriots still fighting for America have no use for such weak-spirited individuals. The real fight for America begins now. What happened today only underscores the fact that today the real fight for America begins. This was written yesterday, okay? Because we are now fighting for our very survival against a totalitarian, corrupt, criminal regime of treacherous actors and malicious, vengeful miscreants who openly call for us to be arrested or executed on sight. Scary motherfuckers. All right. This is not the time to declare it's over and run and hide. Yeah. This is the time to steel yourself for the coming days and weeks on which the very fate of this nation may turn. Do you really believe there were 65,000? Really? Damn. That's my impression. He didn't say that in the article. Do you really believe that there were 65,000 heavily armed troops in D.C. merely to attend a most empty fake inauguration events that had virtually zero outside protesters? So I'm not reading, I'm commenting. You know, Obama, with all the white supremacy in the country, allegedly, Obama was, you know, they were scared that some people were like, well, some white supremacists were gonna like assassinate Obama. They didn't have this much military there. It was still a public event when Obama, I think this is the first time in U.S. history where, correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong, but as far as I know, this is the first time in U.S. history where the public has not been allowed to attend the inauguration. Only Hollywood blood-drinking pedophiles showed up. So, all right. So, do you somehow think that God would bring us to this moment and utterly fail to offer us a solution that would protect those who recognize his ultimate authority? Those of little faith are out in droves today, screaming, blaming, pouting in anger and rage. It's a pathetic sight, but it shows us much truth. Those true patriots of great faith are doubling down on solutions to overcome tyranny, expose the fraud, and move this nation out of darkness and into light. whether particular events support us in any given day or not. Joe Biden is not your president. Yeah, no fucking shit, right? Nor anyone's president. The election was unconstitutional. The evidence is abundant. It is abundant. No person sworn in after an illegal election has any legitimate authority whatsoever. The truth will come out. Admittedly, this is not a battle for the meek or for the easily defeated. Trolls. For some, it seems that today was just too much for them to emotionally bear. Trust me when I say this day was nothing compared to what's coming. As my Navy friend SEALs like to say, the only easy day was yesterday. You already picked the side of truth and freedom. Don't now abandon it for convenience. If you're not cut out for the epic cosmic battle of human spiritual freedom that now lays in front of us, then go buy yourself a rainbow flag, dye your hair green, and pretend to be a transgender so you can fit in with the enemies of this nation. Tattoo your face like a goblin and get multiple face piercings. Utter random nonsense babble in a loud voice, and the left will accept you as one of their own. For everyone else who has a spine, stand up straight, declare your loyalty to God and the Constitution, and prepare the arduous path to take this country back from this who seek to destroy it. Should be from those, I think, being a grammar Nazi, for those who seek to destroy it. The path will not be easy. The emotionally weak need not apply. Only those of spiritual commitment and the determined will be qualified for the next phase of this operation, which is to expose the fraud, build alternative online platforms for communication, and work together at a local level to halt the march of tyranny and defend our civil rights against the deranged, lawless left. And yes, the military still has the option to invoke temporary military authority in the face of overwhelming proof of acts of welfare committed by communist China against this nation with the aid of Democrats and election fraudsters. This is our duty to God and country. Join us in these peaceful efforts to achieve lasting victory against tyranny. If you don't join, at least don't attack those who are committed to fighting for your freedom. Remember, freedom is never given. Never, ever, ever. It is taken. If you aren't willing to take it back, you never deserved any freedom in the first place. You were simply a fair weather freedom freeloader. The true warriors for freedom never give up the fight and don't get defeated by an emotionally difficult day characterized by 100% staged theatrical events in DC. More details will be forthcoming in tomorrow's Situation Update podcast, which won't be for the faint of heart. So this, he probably has one out now. I will put this in the links in the bottom of the comment section. It was great. It was great, right? So let me explain to you something about morale. You know, and like I said in my last video, it's not like I'm not upset. It's not like I don't see what's going on. It's not like I'm in denial, but in war, I remember I dated this guy and he was really into World War II. And he was telling me, this is years ago, he was telling me, you know, like he was reading about like how in World War II that they had like a psychological department, which you probably have all over, you know, in all wars and stuff. But there was a situation where they dropped all these pamphlets and pieces of paper saying you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose, because they know psychologically, really, if you psychologically defeat somebody, you defeat somebody in here, you defeat somebody in here, I'm pointing to my heart, then it's easier to defeat them. And, you know, I know that there are a lot of history buffs and that can probably look at different moments in history where it seemed very grim and, you know, the evil was up against the good in such a gargantuan way that it seemed like that any progress was going to be made. And it seems like that they were going to be defeated. Yet, through divine intervention, through through hope, through whatever, they were able to overturn the outcome, and good prevailed in the end. So keeping morale is really to me it's one of the most important things, because when people are in a positive state of mind, not one of like aloofness or apathetic positivity, or but in a state of mind where they know that they have something to fight for. They know that, you know, I mean, basically, we have to give people something to fight for. You have to make sure that they are in a state of mind where, you know, even if this seems like the odds are against them, they have to still have that spirit in them that keeps them going. And when that is dampened or darkened, it is, you know, it's easier to defeat them. So I feel like one of my purposes is really, you know, I've always been like that. I mean, to me, I've been truthing for like at least a decade. So it's kind of, I was talking to a friend the other day, and we're talking about like, we would talk about a lot of what's happening now years ago, like this was gonna happen. And even though we knew that this was gonna come to a head, it's still astonishing to see this actually come to fruition. So I've been prepared for this, you guys. My soul is prepared. How is yours? And this is one of the things that when April and I started Truther Talk, we always said that we'd have a sense of humor. We always try to find the light and stuff, because we knew that once that's taken away, then we're done for. Okay? I'm gonna sing a passage from Hamilton. It goes, death does discriminate, death does discriminate between the sinners and the saints, and it takes, and we keep living anyway. We rise and we fall and we break and we make mistakes, and if there's a reason I'm still alive, and so many around me has died, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. So, yeah, wait for it. Be prepared for it. The people that probably are like offended that I've just come to the conclusion I can't fucking please everybody, okay? So I wanted to sing Hamilton. I fucking sing Hamilton. For those of you guys who are butthurt about Hamilton and like all offended that it's rewriting history, it is, but it also, if you listen to the musical, it is very much paralleling what we were going through today. And I didn't really realize it until when Ananga and I were driving to DC, and we were going through stuff to listen. I was like, oh, have you listened to Hamilton? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh my God, you have to listen to it. It's brilliant. And it really is. It's, you know, they're up against the British Army. They're up against, you know, the last days. They're in situations where they feel like they're about to be overturned. It's going to be all over for them. It's the passion, the I don't know. And I think about those guys, and I wonder if they're, part of me thought, was like, I wonder if they're offended that they're having like Black and Latino people play them as their white people. But as I thought about it, I think when you die, that shit doesn't matter. They're probably not, because I believe that these are shells. I don't think that those people are really offended. But even, you know, I can go into the whole thing about like Lin-Manuel Miranda being like a MacArthur fellow and that whole agenda and stuff like that. I think there's agenda behind the people that produced Hamilton. The author probably doesn't know that. They probably just used his genius to thwart their agenda, and he did it unwittingly. Because these evil people, they can't, you know, evil cannot create. It can imitate, it can infiltrate, and can manipulate, but it can't create. So they need to use other people that have this artistic spark in them to create and thwart their agenda. Now, that being said, whatever your feelings about Hamilton, I think that the message rings true. And as an artist, I am very, you know, I'm trying to become very skilled at picking out truth, even if I don't necessarily like the people that's creating it. I think truth is its own spirit, it's its own essence, and it speaks through people, whether they have good agendas or bad agendas or agendas you agree with or not. But it's your duty to be able to find truth wherever you can pick it off and pick it up for yourself. I think it's a masterpiece, honestly. If you have not gotten a chance to listen, if you have not gotten a chance to listen to it, it really was moving, and it really made me think about a lot of the stuff that we're going through now as Americans again, right? So, yeah, I will be with my other baby, making music. I'm gonna be making some music for you guys very soon. I'm gonna be playing some music for you guys very soon. So don't you worry. And then my other baby, I can't really turn, but you saw my Kurzweil. My Kurzweil and my baby guitar right here. So that's how I'm also, you know, you have to detach sometimes go fishing. You guys know how to fish? Fish. I wish I knew how to fish. That seems awesome. That's a really good way to meditate. Do you meditate? Do you run? Do you, it's not healthy to worry. Do what you can. Don't let it steal your spirit. Don't let them dim your light, because that's when they really win, you guys, okay? That's when it's over. When they take your joy away from you, when they take your spirit, when they take your hope, when they take your essence, that's when you're dead, right? And if you see a lot of people on the left, they're still walking around, but they don't have those things. Even though apparently they're winning, those things are gone. That's why they're zombies. That's why it's like Night of the Living Dead. That's why, a lot of people are wearing masks wittingly. And I'm not talking about if you have to work. I'm just talking about when you're walking down the street by yourself and you're still wearing a mask, or you're wearing a mask alone in your car. It's because, and unfortunately, a lot of them probably have a lot of pain and shame that they're trying to hide, or they feel bad for, and that's why they so willingly accept this symbol of enslavement. So anyway, that's it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm doing a live, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you guys there. Much love to you. Okay, bye-bye. Peace and love. Bye-bye. Mwah.